Hello, fabulous. Welcome to Isha Inspired. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. I hope it inspires you. So, you know that I love to cook. Fashion, food, fitness, faith, that is my jam all the time. And I love to share because honestly, if I could do anything, I would have a cooking show. But here would be like one of my things. Everything's fairly easy, totally healthy, but fairly easy. I like to have foods that, that are somewhat common in the sense that they're easy to find. Recipes that have a lot of things that, like, listen, if I don't know what something is, then I'm not even trying that recipe. Even though, thank God for Google, because sometimes we can look things up. But I love to keep things simple, and I'm not a huge snacker, and I'm vegetarian. So I have to kind of have things planned out because if I get hungry and I'm not prepared, it's kind of interesting what happens because I don't really eat carbs, I don't eat cheese. Well, I say I don't, but guess what? I do if I didn't think ahead to get myself prepared. That's what I wind up going for, right? Having the piece of bread or the cheese, which I don't have a lot in my house, so that does help. But this is one of my favorite snacks, and it's super easy. And you can see there's just 4 ingredients in it. So I'm gonna make some cauliflower fritters, and they're so good and so yummy and so easy just to throw them all together. So literally I have cauliflower, I have breadcrumbs, I have cheese, and some eggs. I have 4 eggs here. I'm gonna try not to use them. I kinda like to make this in stages, and then I'll add some herbs to the end of this, but I wanna show you how easy this is. So all I'm gonna do at first, and listen, you don't even need a big pan, you don't need anything, is I'm gonna chop this up. I am going to, and it doesn't even have to be small pieces, I just need to try to fit it all in here. And I'm just gonna boil this for about 5-7 minutes to where it's soft but not mushy, okay? So I'm just gonna stick it all in here and fill it with water and let it soften up. And then I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna mix it all for a fabulous treat for you. Okay guys, so my cauliflower's done. Didn't take very long, but then I had to let it cool down a little bit so it doesn't burn my hands. So I'm just gonna take it here and I'm literally going to like roughly chop this. So I like to cook it about, I probably cooked it just a little bit too much. I don't like it super soft. I like it to have a little bit of, a little texture to it. And it can be pretty big chunks because when you see how I squish it all down with my hands, you will totally understand. So I'm just gonna take all this. Ooh, this one made like a lot. And here's what I like is it does make a lot. So they're filling, they're full, but look at how easy this is. I mean, for real. And I have some more. I love wood cutting boards. I've told you guys in the past that I don't use plastic. I just don't. You know what? My mom passed away of cancer a very long time ago. I was 22 years old. And I still remember the doctor telling me, don't ever drink or eat out of plastic. And like he just said, just don't. And I said, what about aluminum water bottles? And he said, don't. And so guess what? That has stuck with me. So it's a total pain in the butt sometimes, but that is how I do it. Okay, so. And wood cutting boards, I mean, you just throw them away when you've used them too much. And I don't eat meat, so like that's very different than when I had special cutting boards for meat. Okay, all right. So I got all this in there. My hands were nice and clean, okay? So I'm gonna get my hands in there. So I'm going to take some breadcrumbs first. You know, I'm just gonna use that whole bowl. These are organic, and I like the flavor of them. It has the Italian flavor in it, which normally I wouldn't buy something pre-made. I'm gonna add a little bit more. I am gonna add some cheese. It doesn't even matter what kind of cheese, and you don't even have to have it. So that's about half a cup of cheese that I put in there. And now I'm gonna add my eggs. And here's my thing. I know I'm gonna need 3 of them. I got these eggs from a farm. And you should see them, they all look different. My towel. I don't know if you can see that. They're all like different colors. That's kind of fun. Kind of fun, okay. So I'm going to mix this up. And you know what, speaking of my mom, here's what's funny is this was her wooden spoon. So I've had it a very, very long time. Okay, so this was a really big cauliflower. So I might put that 4th egg in it. Just because I want it to hold, so I am going to. But don't be afraid to mix up for a while. And it's okay if it's not super sticky, because we just need it to stay together somewhat. So mixing all this, and mix it really good so that that egg gets mixed in there. So you can see all those big chunks that I had are actually kind of shrinking down now because I'm not being gentle with it. So, see this consistency? It's not super sticky, but it's good. And actually, I probably could have done without that other egg, and that's okay. So I'm gonna put some pepper in here, and whatever your taste, I love salt. Salt is my problem. And I'm gonna put red pepper flakes because we like a little kick to ours, and I actually like a lot of pepper. Okay, so I got that. I'm going to, you can use fresh herbs in this. This is oregano. So that's about a teaspoon. About 3/4 of a teaspoon. Ooh, that whole lid came off. I don't really measure things. I just know what I like and what I don't. And I keep it pretty basic. Okay, so I'm gonna mix this up some more. So normally I would make this in the oven, but I actually bought an air fryer. And I made these in an air fryer last week, and they were actually really, really amazing. Ooh. The counter's very clean because I know that I get a little carried away sometimes. So I have all this mixed up. I'm gonna take my air fryer basket. And again, if you do not have one of these, I'm just doing it because I'm trying to cook several things for you today. You can use just a cookie sheet and stick it in the oven. These are not fried, so there's no oil, there's nothing bad in these. And if you took the cheese out, there's really nothing. So I like them kind of thick. So I'm gonna make a ball out of this, and you can see how wet, because cauliflower naturally has water in it. And so you really kind of already have that. So I'm just gonna make it like a little baby guy, but see, not so baby. So here's what I like to do is you can make these smaller, you can make them bigger. I like making them a size that if I grabbed one of these as I was standing at the fridge, there you go. If I was standing at the fridge, that I would feel fulfilled from it. Because like I told you, it's more about convenience for me. Here's why I don't like the air fryer. Because I can't fit a whole lot of these in here. I'm gonna try for 5. And then the pieces that fall, I have those as a snack when I'm taking it out. Okay, so that one, I'm gonna make one more. So if you had a cookie sheet, you could do them all on the cookie sheet. Again, I'm using an air fryer, and the air fryer works really good. I've done it before. But like I said, you totally don't need one. I'm not totally convinced on an air fryer yet. I'm not sure that it is something that I love. I do like it for some things, and I did like the way this turned out. So that's it. That is all you do. So I'm gonna start these, and I'll be right back with you to show you what they look like when they're all done. Okay guys, they are finished. Okay, so here's what they look like in the air fryer. And they'll look like this in your oven too. So I like to just make sure they're stuck. I love to make sure that they have some firmness to them. I love when this happens. So I'm just gonna pop these off. So there you go. So these are so great. You can put so many different, if you want a sauce on it, or a, those four on there, or put some more herbs on top. I took Greek yogurt and just put salt and pepper and some dill in it, and so I'm gonna have that with this. But when I say little pieces that fall off, so good. So good. My favorite little snack. So I hope you are inspired. I hope you want to try them. Let me know how they turn out for you and what sauces you put on top, because that's the fun of it too. But you don't need a sauce. I pull them right out of the fridge and eat them cold. So again, thank you guys for being here, and I will see you soon.